Sunday Night Football can't get here fast enough. The Texans hosting the Bears, looking to go to 2-0. There's some non-stars that need to have good games for the Texans if they want to move to 2-0. And if the Bears want to pull off the upset, the first big upset of Caleb Williams' career, well, they got a couple of key players that need to perform outside of their stars and studs. It's Who Better Ball, powered by my friends at BetUS. BetUS wants you to check out the website, get your gaming on, and you can check it out with the code YouTube150, all one, YouTube150. That's going to get you a 150% bonus on your first three deposits up to $2,000. Use that code YouTube150. Let's start over on the Texans defense with a player that's not a star that needs to stand out in this one. How about Jimmy Ward in a bounce back performance from last week against the Indianapolis Colts? It didn't look good for Jimmy Ward. And yeah, you want to give him that he lost a 50-50 ball to Alec Pierce, but Pierce shouldn't be behind Jimmy Ward. That's all Pierce does. The Texans have talked about it this week. They feel like some of those big plays that they allowed to Anthony Richardson and the Colts are easily correctable plays, and that they can fix things and fine-tune things in short order this week to make sure something like that doesn't happen. Well, Jimmy Ward bouncing back in this one would go a long way to kind of calm down some of the worries that surfaced after last week's big plays were allowed. And Ward was at the receiving end a couple of those. So Jimmy Ward, not just necessarily for this game, but to give you a little bit of confidence and exhale a little bit for the rest of the season at that safety spot. I know a lot of people were worried about that safety spot for the Houston Texans. We're hoping that Justin Simmons was going to get signed. The Texans felt comfortable with their guys. Let's see if the guys that they trust, and specifically the veteran that they trust, the longtime veteran at the safety spot, Jimmy Ward, can bounce back this week and showcase that he is not the guy that is burnt toast to Alec Pierce last week. And he's a lot closer to the guy that sealed the game against the Denver Broncos last year. Jimmy Ward's had some okay to nice performances in a Texans jersey. It'd be nice if Sunday Night Football was another nice performance from Jimmy Ward in this matchup. Let's flip over to the Bears. Over on offense, they spent some money in the offseason, brought in a guy who toted the rock a ton last year for the Philadelphia Eagles, and then they didn't give the ball a lot to DeAndre Swift, their running back. In fact, they used a bunch of their running backs in that matchup. Hey, go with a bell cow if you're Chicago. Get a guy in there, get him in rhythm, and trust him. The Bears have to run the football better than the Colts did last week. Caleb Williams is mobile, but he doesn't look to take off like Anthony Richardson. The Texans likely will clean up those big plays, so the Bears will need to sustain drives, and they'll need to run the football well to do that. They'll need to turn to DeAndre Swift. He was incredible for the Eagles last year, and the Bears spent a whole bunch of money and then just didn't use their new weapon on offense as much as I feel like a lot of people expected them to use DeAndre Swift last week against the Tennessee Titans. Now, it did get down to a big deficit, and they did have to throw a little bit more, but you could use Swift a little bit more than you did if you're the Bears, and you can lean on him as well. If the Bears can't run the football, it's not going to be easy to score the football for Chicago, and they're going to have to keep pace with this Texans offense. Speaking of this Texans offense, for you over on BetUS, you can see the game here. You've got a bunch of different things. You've got the money line, the point spread, the total. I want to put in a wager on a halftime bet. The Texans, for halftime, their team total at halftime, 13.5. I love the over in this situation for the Texans. How about 55 cool ones on this one to win 50? All we need is 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points from the Texans to win that one. Oh, man, that one sounds easy. And it's easy to try out BetUS. Use the code YouTube150 when you sign up, and you're going to get a 150% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. And it's that easy to put a wager in on the game. 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points in the first half, and we're winners on that. I certainly like that. Sticking with the Bears and sticking with their offense. Who better ball for Chicago? How about Cole Kmet, their tight end? When you don't have 2 of your 3 stud wide receivers at full health, you're going to need to turn to other players. That's why DeAndre Swift is on the Who Better Ball list for Chicago, and that's why Cole Kmet is here as well. The Texans defense has had a couple of hiccups against tight ends in their time. And, well, Cole Kmet is going to need to step up without a 100% healthy Rome Odunze and a 100% healthy Keenan Allen. The Colts didn't use their tight ends as much and had some trouble succeeding over the middle of the field. In fact, Anthony Richardson tried to hit one of the tight ends and overthrew him for an interception last week. I don't believe Caleb Williams is going to do that. He's going to need to win in the middle of the field, and Kmet can do that. He's a really solid tight end. He's not one of the best, but he's way better than most. And Kmet is a guy that I could see Caleb Williams as a rookie. Got to get rid of it fast. Got to get into the middle of the field. Maybe it's 3rd and 4, need to move the chains, get the big fella to run 5 yards, turn around, hit him on a dart, and see if they can keep things on track against the Texans defense that is going to be breathing down Caleb Williams' neck. And when Caleb Williams goes to extend plays, it's a little bit easier for those big tight ends to shake loose on whoever's defending them, especially if it's a linebacker. The Kmet will be important in the scramble drill as well when you're trying to defend Caleb Williams and this Bears team. You got to slow down Cole Kmet. He kind of moves up to number 2 in the passing pecking rankings because of the injuries to Keenan Allen and Rome Odunze in this matchup. DJ Moore still the dude, but he's the star. He doesn't apply to who better ball. You know the stars need to show out. Let's finish with a Texans player on who better ball in this one. I just talked about DJ Moore. How about the guy that I believe is going to end up playing against DJ Moore a ton when the Texans are on defense? The rookie, the cornerback from Georgia, Kamari Lassiter. Lassiter, to me, is going to be the guy that's going to draw the DJ Moore assignment. If you're the Bears and you've got 2 hobbled wide receivers and they're not totally healthy, why would you put your best guy against the Texans' best guy in Derek Stingley? The Texans don't always travel their cornerbacks. They've done it a little bit in the past, but I don't believe they prefer to travel the cornerback. So you get Kamari Lassiter on one side. Why not put your best offensive weapon against the rookie from Georgia if you're the Chicago Bears? Lassiter has got to be good. You can't let DJ Moore beat you in this one. He's one of the only healthy, dynamic pieces of this Bears team. You can't let him dominate the game. Get Caleb Williams in rhythm. Get Caleb Williams some confidence. He could use some confidence after that performance against the Titans last week where they were putrid on offense and they only really got back into the thing because the Titans allowed them. If Caleb Williams can hit a big one to DJ Moore early on Kamari Lassiter, the young guy will start to feel it, and it gives him a little bit of confidence there within the game. Now, if he dials one up, puts it right into Kamari Lassiter's chest, because Kamari was ready for the DJ Moore matchup, then the confidence starts to slip and go down, and the route will be on if Kamari Lassiter can take care of business against DJ Moore. The rookie from Georgia has been a guy the Texans trusted basically from the moment he put on the jersey, and no reason to not trust him in this one. Maybe make sure that pass rush is dialed up and they're making it tough on Caleb Williams, and a little bit of help from the safeties on the back end, just in case Kamari Lassiter needs it. But that's what I'd do if I was the Bears. I'd put Moore, I'd find Lassiter, I'd square those two up and hope that my dynamic quarterback, who I just drafted number 1 overall, and my big-time wide receiver, who I paid this offseason, can go out there and attack that rookie. And for Lassiter, I think he's ready for the challenge. Stefon Diggs, Nico Collins, Tank Dell in practice. You might be ready as anybody for DJ Moore in a Sunday Night Football matchup. Who better ball for you? Let me know in the comment section down below. On your way down there, throw me a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And, of course, visit our friends at BetUS, where they have the code YouTube150. No spaces, YouTube150. That's going to get you a 150% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. Check it out, BetUS YouTube150. Appreciate them powering this video. Appreciate you watching. Can't wait until we talk Texans again soon. Hope you enjoyed the video. Been waiting all week, Sunday night. Tomorrow we'll be waiting all day, and then it'll finally be Sunday Night Football. Texans, Bears. Can't wait. It's going to be a good one. Yeah, that was another weird ending to the video. Good job, Cody.